Hi, everybody. This is David Bartholf with your 3-minute interview, where you can learn more about your Republican candidates in about 3 minutes. Today, I'm very excited to have with me Meg Sullivan of Chester County. Welcome.
Thanks. Thanks for having me, David.
Great. Meg, let's jump right in. In about a minute, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I was born and raised in Philadelphia in the Juniata Park section. I grew up and went to both Philly undergrad and also for law school. I went to St. Joe's undergrad
Mm-hmm.
and then went to Temple Law School, so I'm a Philly girl.
Mm-hmm.
But then I met my husband at the Philadelphia DA's office, and we moved out to Chester County in about 2001.
Okay.
And we've been living there. We have our two children there, raising our two children there,
Okay.
Drew and Julia. They're 16 and 13.
Okay. Occupation these days.
My occupation currently is I'm actually working in media for a friend of mine. I was at the Attorney General's office right before I went sought the endorsement for the Republican Party. And when you're working at the AG's office, you can't run for public office as well. So I had to resign in February when I
Mm-hmm.
very proudly received the endorsement from the Republican Party. So I've been working for a friend of mine who has a busy practice, but it's only her and another person. So I'm helping her out a little bit while I'm running for office.
Wonderful. And what about some groups you're involved in? Anything outside of work?
So yes, recently during COVID, my daughter wanted to foster dogs because a lot of people were adopting dogs, but there were a lot of extra dogs and foster dogs that needed to come to homes from the South. So we joined up to be foster dog mommies, and we, basically take care of the dog, and then we go through the process of trying to find the doggy a forever home. And it's been really, really, really fun. And my daughter has learned a lot of different skills on top of having an awesome doggy that you help unite with their forever family. So since February, I've had to put a pause on that because I'm traveling around 67 counties.
Right.
But I can't wait to pick it back up after the campaign is over.
Gotcha. Okay, well, let's jump into the next question. Tell us what you're running for and a couple things you're going to focus on.
So, David, I'm running for Pennsylvania Superior Court, which is a statewide appeals court. And the major things that I'm focusing on and the platform that I'm running on is, basically doing what judges are supposed to do or following their role. My team that I'm working with, Kevin Brobson running for Supreme Court, Stacey Wallace and Drew Crompton running for Commonwealth Court, we have a saying, it says, stay in our lane. So
Right.
that's what we want to do as judges. The judges are supposed to uphold the Constitution. They're supposed to look at the law of Pennsylvania,
Mm-hmm.
and they're supposed to apply it to the facts before them and not be activists and not make the law and not be legislators. So it's not as much changing things as much as it's going back to the basics and doing what judges were supposed to do.
Okay. Any other things you're going to focus on in the courtroom wise?
Well, as a young girl who grew up in Philadelphia and then moved out to Chester County and went to law school and everything, one of the most important things that I've seen in my legal career is respecting every single person who comes before you, no matter what walk of life they're from, no matter whether they're a lawyer or a non-lawyer. Everybody deserves their day in court. Everybody deserves to be respected and heard, and so that is my main goal as a judge and my judicial temperament. That's what my judicial temperament will be like.
Great. That's a great answer.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you,
welcome.
David.
All right, let's jump in with our quick fire questions. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. Up the mountains or down the shore?
Definitely mountains.
Better coffee, Wawa, Dunkin', or Starbucks?
Wawa.
Where do you get your pizza at on a Friday night?
So as a little girl, I used to go to Santucci's in Philadelphia. That was our go-to. We had the original Santucci's in our neighborhood. But now that I'm out in Paoli, we go to Spatola's.
Okay. I think I know the answer to this one, but better pet, dog or cat?
Dog, definitely.
What is your favorite Chester County lunch spot?
So the Market Street Grill is generally my favorite, David, just because it's right near the courthouse, and they have breakfast and lunch, and you can get breakfast all day.
Gotcha. Hoagie or cheesesteak?
Cheesesteak,
Ice cream or water ice?
ice cream.
Meg, what's your favorite holiday?
David, I would have to say Thanksgiving
Mm-hmm.
because I love football.
Mm-hmm.
and I also love to eat, and I love to be with family. And I know that Christmas has a lot of those things, but Thanksgiving's just simpler, and it's just all about family and coming together and getting together and kind of talking over food and wine.
It is a great holiday. Okay, here's a tough one. What is your favorite Philadelphia sports team?
Oh, God. All right. I have to say that my nephew, Quinn Sullivan, just signed with the Union as a
Fantastic.
16-year-old. So I'm a huge Union fan, and I get to see him. He's already scored 2 goals, 2 amazing goals, and he really loves being a part of the team. And I grew up on soccer. My father coached Villanova men's soccer for about 17 years, and my cousin Chris Albright. He eventually retired from the Union, but he was also on the LA Galaxy and the Red Bulls. So we're a soccer family.
Definitely sounds like it. And finally, Meg, last question. What is your favorite thing about living in Pennsylvania?
You know, David, I would have to say it's the people, especially traveling like I do nowadays. I'm all across the state, from west to east. The people are, they're very different from place to place where you go, but they're always salt of the earth. No one's super snobby. Most people would give you the shirt off their back. So I really love that part of Pennsylvania. And it's very diverse. So we have urban, we have rural, we have a little bit of everything. But also as an avid hiker, I have to say having the 4 seasons here in Pennsylvania is a pretty special thing because not every place in the country has the 4 seasons.
Right, absolutely. All right. Well, Meg, thank you so much for joining me today. It was a pleasure to have you.
Thanks
Good
so
luck
much,
in your
David.
race, and I think Pennsylvania would be lucky to have you.
Thank you, David. I appreciate it.
No problem. This is David Bartholf, and this has been your 3-minute interview.